Minecraft Live 2025 just dropped, and this changes everything. Not only did it add a ton of cool stuff to the game, it changed underwater forever. But more importantly, it changed combat forever. First off, let's go over the biggest addition to the game, and that's the Nautilus. The Nautilus is a new mob that'll be spawned underwater. But the crazy thing about this one is not only can it be tamed with pufferfish, but you can actually ride it underwater, making this Minecraft's very first underwater rideable mob, opening the ocean to so much exploration. But not only can you ride it underwater, it gives you infinite water breathing, meaning you can now be underwater for as long as you want. This will change the way players can build underwater forever. I think in the future, this has huge implications. We're going to be seeing a ton of awesome underwater builds from now on. We're going to see brand new secret bases open up underwater. And my imagination is going crazy right now. But some interesting features about the Nautilus. First off, it's a friendly mob, but there is a deadly variant, which is the zombie Nautilus, which the drowned can ride, meaning that not only is underwater more fun because you have a Nautilus, but it's also more dangerous to help balancing issues. But don't think the Nautilus is so useless, because not only does it give you underwater breathing, it also makes you move super fast underwater. But on top of that, there's a dash feature which will help you escape from danger. On top of that, if you have two Nautilus and you feed them both pufferfish, they will make a Nautilus baby, meaning you can have Nautilus farms now. This changes Minecraft forever, because now new players have such an easy way to explore underwater. I think in the future this is going to come with brand new underwater biomes, with water biomes that go all the way down to bedrock. I think this makes sense. They're adding a brand new mob that lets you explore underwater more than you ever had before. And really, the only interesting thing underwater right now in Minecraft are coral biomes, which are super rare. So I predict within a year, we're going to be getting a brand new water biome, which will take advantage of the Nautilus. But Minecraft made another announcement in this drop, which I think might be even more important, and that's the addition of the spear. The spear is crazy. Not only is it cheaper to craft than even a sword, it has more reach than a sword, and arguably is way better. So of course, we don't have the official numbers out yet, and we haven't had players actually been able to test it yet. But from what they told us, there's gonna be two modes of attacking, and I think this will change Minecraft forever, especially early combat. Because if you're a brand new player and you need a weapon, crafting a spear is way cheaper than crafting a sword, because instead of using 2 iron, you only need 1. So I expect OG players will probably stick to using the sword as their go-to weapon, but I'm pretty sure new players will be going with this as their default weapon. But this spear is more useful than a sword in my opinion, because it jabs with a longer reach. But that's not the only mode of attack. There's also the charge. The charge goes crazy, bro. With the charge, your spear is always out in front of you like your medieval knight jousting. And the faster you go, the more damage it does. Meaning, if you combine the spear with either an elytra or ice boating, or even just falling, it'll do way more damage. And I'm pretty sure players are going to find great ways to exploit this. So I'm pretty sure the new meta for brand new players is going to go like this. First, they're going to break a tree. Then, they're going to craft a crafting table. And then, instead of making a sword, the first thing they're going to make is a spear. And I predict that new players who are just getting into Minecraft, this will become the new default weapon. And since the spear will most likely have a way longer reach than a sword, I'm pretty sure pro PvPers like Dream are going to be starting to use this way more often. The only bad thing I don't like about the spear is that you can't throw it, but that's fine. That makes the trident even more valuable. Also, it gives players with elytras a huge way to troll brand new players on their servers. But not only this, also, zombie horsemen can now spawn in the game for the first time in survival mode. And zombie horsemen will spawn with the brand new weapon, the spear. They also announced that normal zombies will also have a chance to spawn with the spear. But if I'm being honest, I hope that these zombies spawning like this are actually kinda rare, because for the majority of Minecraft players, the game is pretty hard. I don't care about Minecrafters who have 1,000 hours in a hardcore world say. For the majority of players, this game is hard. But Mojang knows this, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it pretty easy. Also, big news, Minecraft has an official collab with Dragon Ball Z. including skins and what looks like might be Shenron. Dragon Ball Z anime mods have been going on forever, but now that we get an official release from Mojang, my hope is that these new add-ons are going to be way higher quality than just the mods, and they'll give us cool new abilities like flying and stuff, with really polished animations, because I think that would be sick. Also, it looks like the leakers were close, but a lot of the biggest YouTubers who were making predictions for this Minecraft Live were really off. First off, we had a ton of them predicting that we would have the brand new mob be the Barnacle instead of the Nautilus. So if you're not familiar, the Barnacle was an old mob vote that never got into the game. And since they recently added the Copper Golem, a lot of YouTubers were predicting that they were going to add more and more of these old mobs into the game. And one of them was the Barnacle. And since this new mob was an aquatic one, a lot of people made predictions that the Barnacle, which sucks you underwater, was going to be the brand new one. But I'm really glad that they didn't do this, because the Nautilus is way more cooler than the Barnacle by 1,000 times. Like, could you imagine if instead of announcing the Nautilus, they announced the Barnacle? That would be the lowest hype announcement I've ever heard from Mojang in my life. But what I want to know from you is, if you could choose one mob from the mob vote to bring back into the game, what would it be? And who knows, maybe the top comments choice will actually be added to the game if Mojang sees enough people want it. I know if I had to choose one, I would either choose the crab, because if you didn't know this, the crab came with a feature that it would drop its claw. And if you equipped this claw, your reach would extend way further than normal, meaning building became way easier. Just imagine the implications if building in Minecraft even became 1 to 10% more effective. That means billions of people all across the world building 10% more effectively. It would have a snowball effect into so many cool builds we'll just never see because they lost the mob vote. But if I had to choose my actual favorite, not just for utility, I would definitely choose the penguin, because I think the ice spikes biome and just ice biomes in general are way too barren and they need some kind of life. And everyone loves penguins, so I think it'd be a great addition to the game, and I wouldn't mind taming a couple penguins myself. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. But now that we've gone over the major announcements, we have to start doing some thinking and looking into the future. So what does this mean for Minecraft as a whole? Honestly, I think this is going to be a huge change. For the last 5 years, ever since the Cave and Cliffs update, you haven't really been able to tell, oh, is this the newest version of Minecraft? But now, with the addition of spears, and also a ton of underwater exploration thanks to the Nautilus, I think with this one, you're going to be able to tell a lot more than the previous 5 years of updates. And I think with these new additions, it's going to make a lot of players come back to Minecraft, and it'll keep growing more and more. But now on to some mysteries left in the trailer. So at the very end, he said they previewed a few of the features from the MOUNTS of MAYHEM. A few, not everything. I'm willing to bet that Mojang has a ton of secrets that they're not willing to discuss yet for this new MOUNTS of MAYHEM drop. Meaning there's even more that we just haven't seen. Oh, but the best part about it is that they said this MOUNTS MAYHEM is dropping out later this year, meaning before New Year's Eve, we're gonna be able to play it in vanilla Minecraft. So I wanna hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think they're gonna add brand new biomes underwater to help the Nautilus? What major features are they hiding from this drop? But more importantly, do you have any theories for how this will affect the future of Minecraft? Let me know, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and your comment might make it to the next video.